Right now, mid-size crossovers are in low supply but in high demand. With car prices and gas prices skyrocketing, which one is worth buying? Today I'm comparing the hottest mid-size crossovers in the market right now. The 2022 Lexus RX350L, the Toyota Highlander, the Kia Telluride, and the Hyundai Palisade. No vehicle comes perfect and problem-free. That includes the 2022 Kia Telluride. Apparently, it's prone to cracking windshields and sunroofs which spontaneously explode, plus malfunctioning information clusters and dangerous vehicle speed control. And word on the street is that the 2022 Hyundai Palisade can be prone to automatic braking system malfunctions, plus whistling noises while driving. But these midsize crossovers aren't bad news. For the most part, these are good cars. Let's dive in. I'm starting with driver's seat comfort because when the rubber meets the road, most drivers care about seat comfort, especially if you have an hour-long commute to work every single day, or you like to go on 12-hour family road trips. You want to enjoy the drive without needing a shoulder massage due to seat discomfort. Or let's say you live in the South where it gets super hot or humid. You want to cool down fast. When it comes to driver's comfort, the Lexus RX350L wins hands down. I'm talking about the actual seat. The seat is sizable, the driver's overall area feels roomy, and the base trim comes with ventilated leather seats that heat or cool. The Hyundai Palisade is very roomy too, but if you want ventilated seats that heat or cool, you won't find it in the base trim. You'll need to upgrade to the SCL Platinum trim at minimum. Same for Telluride. It's not in the base trim and you have to get the EX trim or above. Now, if your priority is your passenger's comfort, the Hyundai Palisade is the best. It can seat 8 passengers with the bench. Passengers in the third row have more headroom and comfort than if they want to ride in the Lexus RX350L, which has a more sloped and lower ceiling in the third row. The Palisade has stadium-style seating, which means that passengers in the rear also have a good view of the road ahead. The Kia Telluride also seats 8, but unlike the Palisade, it does not offer a power third-row seat on limited trims. It has manual passenger seat adjustments. Something special about this car is that driver and passenger seats are height adjustable and ventilated. The Toyota Highlander can seat 8 too, but the basic trim comes in fabric. So if you want leather for your passengers and ventilated front seats, you'll need the limited trim. The XLE trim includes heated seats for both the front and second rows. What if your car looks like $1 million but has low reliability rating? But let me tell you something most people don't know. There's a difference between predicted reliability versus real-life road tests. So you should look at both. But it's more than that. When it comes to reliability ratings, you should also weigh it in with production history. So the 2022 Kia Telluride has a predicted reliability rating of 5 out of 5, and it scored a soaring 97 out of 100 on real-life road tests. On the surface, the numbers look good and optimistic. 2022 Hyundai Palisade has a predicted reliability rating of 4 out of 5, and it scored 88 out of 100 on real-life road tests. But here's the thing about these two crossovers. You need to weigh it with their history. The reality is both the Palisade and the Telluride have only been in existence for 2 years, so the predicted reliability is based on extremely limited data. These two crossovers just haven't been around long enough for owners to report production problems over time. So you have to take it with a grain of salt. Just look at the Toyota Highlander and you'll see what I mean. The Highlander's been around since the 2001 model. That's 2 decades of data feeding into its predicted reliability rating, which is 5 out of 5, and real-life road test score of 86 out of 100. With that much history, the predicted reliability rating is solid. That's why I have more confidence betting on the Highlander as the most reliable of these vehicles. Lexus RX350L is solid too. The Lexus RX line has been in production since the 1998 model. We're talking 24 years. It's been tried, tested, and true. With that kind of history feeding into its predicted reliability rating of 4 out of 5 and real-life road test score of 80 out of 100, its reliability rating, like the Highlander, has a ton more weight than Palisade or Telluride's ratings. It's a tad less reliable than the Highlander, but nevertheless is solid and reliable given its track record. Remember too that Lexus is made by Toyota. The Lexus RX350L is also built in Japan before it gets shipped to the US. That speaks volumes about build quality. In general, my thinking is that foreign cars that are assembled in whole in Japan or Korea usually have better build quality than foreign cars that are assembled in the US. Take a look at the Hyundai Palisade. They're built in South Korea before it gets shipped to America. The interior quality is simply nicer. On the other hand, the Kia Telluride is built in the state of Georgia. Its build quality is just average. That's my opinion. And the Toyota Highlander, believe it or not, is assembled in Indiana. Let's talk about safety. The Hyundai Palisade scored good across every safety category. When it comes to front crash prevention, it's rated as superior. So the 2022 Palisade has the top ratings compared to these three other crossovers. Next up is the Lexus RX350L. It scored good across every single safety category. But as for the Toyota Highlander and the Kia Telluride, both scored good in all categories except their headlights. The Highlander headlights are rated as acceptable. Frankly, I had higher expectations from the Highlander since it's been in production for 2 decades. But the Telluride's headlights are rated as poor, which is even less than acceptable. Again, the Telluride's been around for a couple of years, and hopefully they'll iron that out soon. Now, with rising car prices, you're going to roll out the dough. You won't want to reject power. The Lexus RX350L, Toyota Highlander both come with a 3.5-liter V6 that has 295 horsepower. Torque is 268 and 263 pound-feet, respectively. The Kia Telluride and Hyundai Palisade both come with a 3.8-liter V6, but they output a bit less horsepower and torque than the Lexus and Toyota. Also, several Palisade owners have noticed vibrations from the powertrain when driving at moderate speeds between 40 and 75 miles per hour. With high gas prices, many consumers are looking for gas mileage. Kia Telluride and Hyundai Palisade both have a combined miles per gallon rating of 21. The Lexus RX 350L gets 22 and the Toyota Highlander gets 24. But if gas mileage is your top priority, you'll want to consider the Highlander Hybrid. It gets a whopping combined miles per gallon of 35. So the only question at that point is, will you drive enough miles over the next 12 years to justify paying the higher price for the hybrid version? I say 12 years because that's the average years consumers hang on to their car these days before they switch to another one. If you're really wanting a hybrid but don't care much for the Highlander, I suppose you could consider the Lexus RX450 HL. That's the hybrid version, closest to the 350L. To be honest, in my opinion, it's not worth it. Its combined gas mileage is 29, which isn't bad, but it's just incremental when you compare it with the RX350L's front-wheel drive engine, which gets 22 miles per gallon combined. In other words, if you think it'll help you save on gas money, don't be duped. There's not much financial benefit to the average consumer in the long term, since you pay a higher purchase price for the hybrid version. At best, you might break even. But now, if it's your concern to save the planet, well, that's a different story, and you can get a hybrid for that if it makes you feel like you're contributing. Or if gas prices reach $10 a gallon, then yes, a hybrid would benefit you more in the long term. With high car prices these days, consumers are really looking at purchase price. Dealerships are taking the MSRP and marking them up because of high demand. They justify the markups by installing dealer add-ons like ceramic and so forth. In the old days, and by that I mean pre-pandemic days, you could walk to a dealership and negotiate close to MSRP or even invoice price if you were fortunate. Now, the high demand for cars and short supply, negotiation is nearly impossible. Some dealerships will tell you you'll be lucky if you can even get a car. The car you want is actually on the lot. It might not be there later today. You might even have to get it on a wait list for the next shipment. Nevertheless, it's good to compare prices. The 2022 Lexus RX350L starts at $49,500. The 2022 Toyota Highlander has a starting manufacturer suggested list price of $35,400. That's a difference of $14,000 on a base trim. Now mind you, the Lexus is a luxury line, so go figure. You'll have to ask yourself if the premium features you get in the 350L are worth $14,000 to you or not. Both the 2022 Hyundai Palisade and Kia Telluride have the lowest starting MSRPs. We're talking $33,600 and $33,100 for the base models. I won't spend too much on cargo space, and all 4 crossovers you can fold down the seats in the back and rear rows. You can even go on a road trip and camp out in your car if you wanted to. For a quick ranking though, the Kia Telluride has the largest cargo area. Then it's the Hyundai Palisade, followed by the Toyota Highlander. Last is the Lexus RX350L, which offers the least cargo space, but it's still decent and sufficient. When it comes to repair and maintenance costs, obviously the Lexus will cost more in terms of hourly rate and parts. On average, it's $120 an hour for labor, where Toyotas generally cost $100 an hour. In general, it's usually a good idea to get the manufacturer's extended warranty bumper to bumper at the dealership. For the 2022 Toyota Highlander, estimated maintenance and repair costs can be about $5,800 during the first 10 years of service. It's one of the best in the industry. The Kia Telluride and Hyundai Palisade are estimated between $5,100 and $2,200 respective after 5 years. Many people find warranties to be mind-boggling. Part of the reason is because there are different kinds and terms. Put simply, cars typically have 2 major types. For example, a powertrain warranty covers repairs to critical components to power the car and make it move. Pretty much you're talking about the engine, transmission, differential, axle shafts, and depending on whether the car is front wheel, rear wheel, or all-wheel drive, the transaxle drive shaft and transfer case. A bumper-to-bumper warranty is more comprehensive. It includes repairs to mechanical breakdown for most car parts and systems, including the powertrain, electronics, electronic suspension, air conditioning, and more. Ironically, bumper-to-bumper warranty plans don't cover the car's bumpers, but just the parts in between. The Kia Telluride and Palisade both offer a limited powertrain warranty of 10 years or 100,000 miles. It's among the best in the industry. The Lexus RX350L comes with a powertrain warranty of 6 years or 70,000 miles, and the Toyota Highlander comes with a powertrain warranty of 5 years or 60,000 miles. Keep in mind that a longer warranty term doesn't guarantee anything about how reliable the actual car will be. All in all, considering all angles I've looked at, my personal take is the Lexus RX350L is the best option and value for what you get versus what you pay for. But if you can't afford the Lexus, then your next best bet is the Toyota Highlander. I'm a bit cautious with the Hyundai Palisade and Kia Telluride since they've only been around for 2 years. They appear optimistic, but there's not enough history or track record to confirm its long-term reliability. But now, you tell me, what's your vote for the best mid-size crossover and why? Please share your opinion by commenting below. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Thanks for your support.